In this problem, you will use the inscribed angle theorem to find angle and arc measures. What are the values of A and B? Which variable should you solve for first? You know the inscribed angle that intercepts arc PT, which has the measure A. You need A to find B, so find A first. Use the inscribed angle theorem to find A. Remember, the inscribed angle theorem states that the measure of an inscribed angle is half the measure of its intercepted arc. Now substitute. Now multiply each side of the equation by 2 to isolate the variable. So A equals 120. Now use the inscribed angle theorem again to find B. Notice that arc PS is formed by arc PT and arc TS. So use the arc addition postulate. Remember, the arc addition postulate states that the measure of the arc formed by two adjacent arcs is the sum of the measures of the two arcs. Now substitute. Now simplify. So B equals 75. In this problem, you will use corollaries to find angle measures. Part A. What is the measure of angle 1? Is there too much information? The diagram has more information than you need. Focus on what you need to find. Angle 1 is inscribed in a semicircle. Remember, corollary 2 to the inscribed angle theorem says that an angle inscribed in a semicircle is a right angle. By corollary 2, angle 1 is a right angle, so the degree measure of angle 1 is 90. Part B. What is the measure of angle 2? Again, the diagram has more information than you need. Focus on what you need to find. Angle 2 and the 38-degree angle intercept the same arc. Remember, corollary 1 to the inscribed angle theorem says that two inscribed angles that intercept the same arc are congruent. By corollary 1, the angles are congruent, so the degree measure of angle 2 is 38. In this problem, you will use an arc measure to find an angle measure. In the diagram, line SR is tangent to the circle at point Q. If the degree measure of arc PMQ is 212, what is the measure of angle PQR? What do you know? You know that line SR is tangent to the circle at point Q. You also know that the degree measure of arc PMQ is 212. What do you need? You need the measure of angle PQR. So what's your plan? The measure of angle PQS plus the measure of angle PQR equals 180. So first find the measure of angle PQS using arc PMQ. The measure of an angle formed by a tangent and a chord is half the measure of the intercepted arc. Substitute the measure of arc PMQ. Now simplify. So the degree measure of angle PQS is 106. Angles PQS and PQR form a linear pair. So use the linear pair postulate. Remember, the linear pair postulate states that two angles that form a linear pair are supplementary. So the sum of the measures of angles PQS and PQR equals 180. Substitute the measure of angle PQS. And simplify. So the degree measure of angle PQR is 74. How can you check the answer? One way to check is to use the measure of angle PQR to find the measure of arc PQ. Then confirm that the sum of the measures of arcs PQ and PMQ is 360. Now it's your turn.